it's time for us to get into a conversation about what's about to happen. And hit your screens. You don't want to miss out on this conversation we're about to get into. Now, you know that we're spending some time praying and all of that in the month of April. Well, the month of May is Family Month. Now, what do we mean by Family Month? Well, I'm not the best person to explain to you what that's all about.
Yeah.
You want to explain?
I'm not the best person.
You're not the best person to explain there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
in fact, we have the right person
I'm telling
to
you,
explain.
she's here.
The one and only. I call her Madam Apioko, but everybody calls her Apioko, and she's the head of programs production right here, Citi TV and Citi FM. Hello, Madam Apioko.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, look, because of Chris, people have been coming into my DMs on social media calling me Madam Apioko. So
Oh, really? You're the one who started it.
Because of you.
You see, I said, okay.
People have been calling me Madam Headmistress.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Good
Because she
morning.
behaves like
Yes,
a
yes.
actually.
I know sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah.
But yes, so the Family Month. What is Family Month?
All right, so at Citi TV and Citi FM, you know, we like to theme our months because there's so much happening in society around the world, and we want to make sure that we're giving our viewers and our listeners something to think about when important conversations are happening around us. Family Month is one of those situations.
Okay.
So the month of May here at Citi FM and Citi TV is Family Month. Why May? Good. One may ask, why May? Now in May, we have two very important dates, commemorative dates that are celebrated around the world or commemorated around the world that are important for the family. The first one is Mother's Day, which is the second Sunday of every May. This year, that's the 12th of May. And then the bigger one, or the more umbrella-like one, is the 15th of May, which commemorates the International Day of the Family. Okay, so Family Month, that's why we do it in May. Okay, now what does that mean for us? You know, we're a very family-oriented media house, both with our TV and our radio.
Very much so.
If you listen to 97.3 Citi FM right from the morning, this is your day from 4 a.m. to 6 before you have the City Breakfast News. We're talking about families. We're praying for families, encouraging families to pray to get themselves ready for the day. Throughout the day, regardless of the conversations that are thrown at you, there's a family element. Here on Breakfast Daily, when you talk about health, you are thinking about the family. You may not always mention the word family, but if your father is in good health, if your mother is in good health, if your child is in good health, it helps the entire family. When we talk about the things that affect our nation, we talk about Dumso, right?
It's all of us.
It's
It affects the family. When your baby is up with heat rashes because there's Dumso or because the lights are out, there's no power, that affects the family.
I mean, it's like what Paul was saying this morning on the news review segment. He said, look, me, I can handle it, but a little girl having challenges.
Exactly. Chris, you're the host of Sister.
Yes.
Most of the conversations we have come back to the family. And you see, the family, the sociologists will tell you, is the basic unit of society. If the family is sick, if the family is deficient, then society will be problematic, and then we have problems on a national scale and a global scale. That is why the family is important to us.
Okay.
Yeah, but how long has this been in existence for?
So, look, we've been running Family Month for even before I came to Citi. So we're talking about 14, 15 years,
That's a long
right?
time.
Now, it's been a while since you would have heard us brand it in this way. But now we realize that, look, where we are in our nation in this time, we need to have a circumspect way of looking at the family and paying attention to the things that specifically affect the family for the reasons that I've outlined. That if the family is okay, then likely, all other things being equal, your society will stand a better chance. Your country will stand a better chance. And then, on an international scale, global scale, things will be better for humanity.
You know, it's fascinating as you talk about the different days that are significant in May. And I was just thinking about it. The 1st of May can also be renamed Breadwinners Day.
Well, that's what it is.
We call it Labor
but it's
Day,
true.
right?
It's true,
Labor
actually.
Day, right? But actually, you're working, and you're working for the family, right? So,
even if you are just yourself, you are a family on your own. You're a one-person family. So you're right. It could be called International Breadwinners Day. But what are we doing to commemorate Family Month? over the years, you've heard of our Mother's Day dinners,
Yes.
our very famous
Yes.
Mother's Day
Yeah.
dinners, and the
Yes.
way we do these things. Family Consecration, which is actually on the 1st of May, which begins Family Month, has been there. And so I'll just run you through some of the things that we're doing. And I just mentioned one, the 1st of May, Family Consecration.
Yeah.
We are going to the Royal House Chapel at the Obechebi Lamte Circle. We have our radio adjutants, our pastors, our spiritual warriors, led by the Reverend Wingham.
Yeah.
You know, these people will be there leading not just the Citi family, but hundreds of Ghanaian families or families resident in Ghana in prayer. Now, why is that important? We are founded on Christian values, and we believe that spirituality, we understand really what humanity is. There's a spiritual element to us.
Yeah.
Regardless of who you believe in, what you believe in, there's a spiritual element to us. If your spirit is well fed, is nourished, then you are able to do things in the physical.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree.
And that for us, family consecration is very important. And again, it's from a Christian perspective for us.
Yeah.
So there are people though who have come there who don't identify as Christian because they want the spiritual connection.
Yeah.
They need the spiritual healing. What do we do at family consecration? Families come, they pray. There are married couples who have come and their problems have been solved at the altar. There are people who have come, they've had problem children, what someone would call the black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
There and then, they find purpose.
Yeah.
You know, there are people who have come with ailments that have drained their family financially for years. You've seen the images. Look at all these people.
Yeah.
People are just coming for spiritual sustenance.
Yeah.
Some people have specific things they come to lay before God in the spirit.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
Other people come because they have nowhere to turn to. Financially, they are sick, as we've been saying in the programs.
Yeah.
So financially, they're sick.
Yeah.
Some people have physical problems, their knees. They've been having headaches for so long. They don't know. They've gone to every hospital. Nothing is happening. Some people are looking for the next big thing in life. It's not coming, but they're doing everything in their power, still not realizing it. Come to family consecration as a family.
Yeah.
So that we are supporting mommy to pray for what she needs.
Yeah.
We are supporting daddy to pray for what he wants. We are supporting the children to pray for what we believe is necessary for them. So that as a family we succeed. Because a family that prays together
Stays together.
and also succeeds together. So that's what family consecration is about. It's a powerful time of prayer, ministration, worship. People fall down in their numbers and just let go. And it's always wonderful to see families come together in this life. Yeah, it's amazing. So that's how we start off the month on a very powerful note.
Wow.
And I must say that in the run up to the 1st of May, throughout the month of April, we've been running seasons of prayer on Citi FM. So, you know, you have a strong hour of prayer. Just stop what you're doing on weekdays, tune in, and then pray. So you're preparing yourself to go before the big altar during family consecration. So that's how we start the month. It's powerful, isn't it?
It is.
You can even feel the spirit here.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
amazing. So after the 1st of May, in terms of other big things that are happening, yes, on the 12th, we have our Mother's Day dinner. Okay, so Mother's Day dinner, Madame Firma will come and talk more about that.
it.
But it's Citi's Mother's Day dinner where we invite people to buy tickets, come and wine, dine, have great music, and it's a platform for people to celebrate the mother figures in their lives. So it may not be your biological mother. It could be a headmistress, who took care of you.
Yeah.
When your parents couldn't pay your school fees, she stepped in.
Yeah.
Or maybe nobody believed in you. She took you through school.
Okay.
It could be an auntie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Abby, so we'll take a quick break. When we're back, you just run us through what else is left for the month of May. Okay? We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. And we're talking about Family Month. And Madam Apioko, as Chris calls her, has given us a full breakdown, comprehensive breakdown on what the very first day of the family month would look like, okay, family consecration service, and then started talking about the other promotions that we'll be having. We'll just get back into the conversation.
All right, so I spoke a little bit about the Citi Mother's Day dinner.
Yes.
It happens on Mother's Day. This year, Mother's Day falls on the 12th
Of May.
Of course, it's a Sunday because Mother's Day is the second
So it's a
Sunday
Sunday, yeah.
in May. All right, and Madam Firmai said, our head of events and partnerships will come and talk more about that because it's ticketed and she'll give you all the details. But just know that you mark your Mother's Day. Don't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
There's a dinner happening.
Yeah.
You have a date with the Citi family.
Fantastic.
Okay, but beyond the events, the physical gatherings. There's a lot happening on air, okay? And I'll talk about the promotions we are doing because our viewers, our listeners, you stand the chance of winning fabulous things and celebrating your mothers in special ways.
Super.
But let me talk about some of the conversations we'll be having on air, right here on Breakfast Daily and at 7 p.m. on Citi FM, and then you hear snippets of it on the Traffic Avenue between 2 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Also on radio. We'll be talking about doing something called Before You Say I Do. Before you say I do.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking about the family, the way we know it, we've got our extended family.
Yeah.
But people break away from their extended families to form what we call nuclear families,
families,
right?
yeah.
So in a traditional sense, you've got your two parents and then you have your children,
kids.
right? You have your kids. Now, if you are married or you create a home where you're going to birth children, what kind of home are you bringing the children into? You go on your knees and you pray that family consecration, that I want a child and I want to be married. But beyond that, what are you doing to prepare yourself for the marriage? And we'll be talking about a lot of things. We go from the very basic to how to organize your wedding, your logistics, the right venue, who you should listen to, whom you shouldn't listen to, what you should spend, what you shouldn't spend, what your wedding can look like if it's your dream for it to look that way, but while doing it on a budget and making sure that you're planning it very well. We talk about all that. But then we go to the more serious business where we talk about what even to look for in a partner.
Okay.
This is my personality. Who should I be looking to marry in a case like this?
Wow.
You know, I want to be a career woman and I'm not willing to stop my work and sit at home and take care of the children, right? That's not what I want.
Yeah.
So what kind of person should I marry? What kind of conversation should we have to make sure that that can continue to happen? I can still realize my dreams as an individual while doing my bit as a mother, as a woman of the home, as the neck of the head, right? And making sure that I'm being a good person for my home while I'm not losing myself. As a man, what kind of woman should you marry? You know, and what are the reasons? Should you marry because you want financial security? Or should you marry because you're looking for companionship? We'll have all those conversations before you say I do. You know, because too many people are entering marriages for the sake of marrying. I'm
For the sake
30
of
years
social
old.
media.
Oh, I'm
I
30
should
years old. It's
marry.
time to marry.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
the
have
pressure.
businesses. I'm doing well. Now it's time to have a wife to come and complete the picture. Oh, everybody is getting married on social media. Me too. When will Bella Naija publish my wedding pictures? You know, these are the reasons people are marrying. But really, the substance and sustenance of what marriage is, it's being lost on us. So we'll have those conversations because guess what? The marriage is not going well and the children come. You have a broken home and you mess up a whole generation of children who come and mess up the society and they're not able to realize their potential as citizens.
So basically,
right?
like a ripple effect. It just happens again.
And we should be concerned about this because, like I said, the family is a basic unit of society. The person who becomes your minister, the person who becomes your teacher, the person who becomes your doctor, they're all coming from families.
How are they being brought up?
How are they being brought up? In Ghana, we say the chosimo, the tree will say intitie. How are they being trained and raised within the family? All that starts from before you say I do.
Wow.
Right? All of that. So we'll be having those conversations. Then we'll also be doing some things that are a little lighter. It's not all like, you know,
Serious
gang ho, no. You know, when you listen to Brunch in the City on Citi FM, you have a chance to call in and request a song for your mother throughout the month of May.
Okay.
And we specifically want people to request songs that are either their mother's favorite songs, or if it's a song that you hear, it instantly reminds you of your mother. Maybe she used to sing it when she was making fufu, pounding fufu for the family. Maybe she used to sing it when she was bathing you, and it's always recurred in your mind. We'd be doing fun stuff like that. And then also talking about calling in to just tell us what you're grateful for. And we'll do that on Breakfast Daily too, what you're grateful for about your family. I'm grateful for the fact that my family, there are 15 of us because growing up, I didn't need any friends. You know, I'm grateful for the fact that my parents did everything they could when some parents didn't for their kids. And so that's made me who I am today. We want to hear some of those stories, some of those things, okay? And now the promotions.
Okay.
I'll start with radio so that we end on the TV one because Breakfast Daily is driving it. The radio promotion is called An Ode to Mama. An Ode to Mama. And an ode to mama, we are asking you to do something very simple. Most of the conversation, the drive will be happening again on the traffic avenue between 2 to 5:30, and we'll be reading some of your entries. But feel free to send in your entries any time of the day, starting today.
Okay.
Now here is what we're asking you to do. In not more than 100 words, write an ode to mama, celebrating or encouraging her younger self during a significantly trying time in mama's life. I'll take it again. In not more than 100 words, write an ode to mama, celebrating or encouraging her younger self during a significantly trying time in mama's life.
Wow.
Now, our mothers tell us stories. Your mother may have told you about a time when she didn't have money to pay her school fees. And so the money she was going to use to buy her tea bread and her cocoa, she had to save it for 5 or 10 days just to get her small school fees so that she wouldn't be sacked from an exam. Imagine what your mother would have been going through at that time. But that thing that she did, it led her to become the woman who birthed you and gave you your life. Write a letter to that young girl who had to sacrifice her food because she knew that education was her leveler, was her important. Your mother has told you about how she suffered 5 miscarriages before she had you. How would she have been feeling? How would she have dealt with that? In a space and a culture where we don't even talk about these things. Write a letter to that woman. How would she be feeling? Because she still went through it for a 6th time to birth you. Your mother tells you about how, you know, there's a time in her life when she didn't know what she wanted to do. And she went on her knees and she prayed and she got her answer. What would she have been thinking? Write a letter to that woman, that mama, before the one you know. It's very powerful, isn't it?
I love it.
And it's encouraging us as human beings, as Ghanaians, to recognize the kinds of things that our parents went through before they made the choices to get us to where we are.
Fantastic.
It's very important, okay? Because a lot of the time, as young people, as children, even when we are grown, we don't realize what our parents have done, what they've gone through before we came into the picture to get us to where we are. Okay, so that's an ode from mama. And then I will end by talking about Cook for Mama. Now, Cook for Mama is our TV promotion being driven by Breakfast Daily. And again, it starts today. So this is how you enter the Cook for Mama promotion. Okay, we're asking you to submit an entry. And you're detailing what your mother's favorite food is. Okay. You're attaching a very easy to follow recipe for that food, right? And then the ingredients that we also need to prepare the meal. Okay. Now, when you do this, here's a catch. What happens is after you've done that, there's a jury that will go through the most interesting, most amazing recipes, right? We'll now select them and we'll invite you to come and compete. So it can be you and your brothers and your sisters, you and your father, you and your brother, you and your sister, 2 of you, 3 of you, 4 of you. You come and compete other teams and cook for your mother. Your mother will not cook. It is you and your family members
who are cooking for
who are cooking for mommy. And this is for siblings and then your other parents. We are not saying bring your cousins, no, just
so
siblings.
No extended family.
No extended family, the nuclear family. So you come and cook for mama. She'll be sitting somewhere watching you, say, hey, they add enough salt. Oh my God, the pepper is not enough. Would this food be nice? And then we have a jury, and this will film and we'll play it back for people to see. Right? So there's a lot happening, so much. Like we have things happening on social media as well. We're asking people to share portraits of their families, and we'll be sharing them. So add a little note about your family. We'll celebrate you, the Citi family, the Kata family. It's going to be big. So all through May, this is what's happening. But the promotions, Cook for Mama and an Ode to Mama, they start today. Right about now. Right now. Right now. Right about now. So if you want to join Cook for Mama, you have the recipe ready. 024 so 020 444 7033 020 7033. And if you're texting us, maybe Charlie, in the UK at the moment, but you want to come and cook with your siblings here, it's fine. You can add the country code +233.
Nice.
We're ready for you.
Oh God, I can't wait for the
it's amazing.
It's going to be fun,
It's exciting already, and I can't wait to see the entries and watch people cook. Imagine doing this with my sister, though. Anyway,
thank you very
yeah.
much.
Thank you for
It's always
having
nice
me.
having you here, Apioko.
Thank
So
you
we've
for
been
having
speaking to Apioko, Head of Programs Production, Citi FM and Citi TV, and it's all about the Family Month. It's going to be exciting.
Very,
so please do not snooze, because you might lose something very interesting, okay? Both on radio and here on TV.